Managing money used to take up a lot of my time. I'd spend hours tracking bills, subscriptions, and upcoming payments. Well, thanks to Rocket Money, everything is now organized in one place. It's so much simpler. The app shows every subscription you're paying for and lets you cancel the ones you don't need with only a few taps. Together, Rocket Money users have canceled subscriptions and saved over $880 million. Rocket Money also keeps track of where your money's going and gives you a heads up before your bills are due, or if your account balance is getting low. On average, Rocket Money users save more than $70 in their first month using the app. And here's what I really like about Rocket Money. It can move money into your savings automatically, so you put money aside without even thinking about it. It makes managing your money a whole lot easier. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/Kim. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim. Hey there, it's Kim, of course. After today's Daily Tech Update, this is amazing. I'm going to share with you this week's Saturday Steals. It's just some of my favorite finds that will make life a little smarter, easier, and tech ahead, all at a great price. If you used an Android device on any mobile carrier back to November of 2017, Google owes you money. Here's why, and exactly how much. 6 years ago, a group of angry Google customers filed a David and Goliath lawsuit. Their claim, Google was quietly using customers' paid mobile data to send information back to Google, effectively stealing data you paid for. And they did it while your phone sat idle, so you never noticed. Naturally, Google denied everything, admitted nothing, and then quietly agreed to pay those customers a total of $135 million. You won't get rich. Most victims will see around $100. But hey, that's $100 Google hoped you'd never know they took. File your claim at federalcellularclassaction.com. That's federalcellularclassaction.com. And now it's time for your Saturday Steals. If you like tech that works hard and costs less, you're going to love these. Now, let's jump into some of my best finds from this week. And don't forget to visit my Amazon shop, where you can find all my deals and recommended tech on demand. Just head to amazon.com/shop/Kim Komando. All right, let me give it to you again. Amazon.com/shop/Kim Komando, with a K, of course. You know that little slip of plastic in your wallet? It's your driver's license. And it's not only an ID, it's a goldmine for data brokers. State DMVs across the country are making millions selling your personal info, names, addresses, accident records, even court history, to companies you've never heard of. And it's not only ads. Data brokers mix your DMV info with your shopping habits, credit profiles, and social media activity to build a complete profile on you. Some use it to sell you stuff. Others use it to judge your risk for insurance or even jobs. That's where Incogni comes in. They automatically remove your private information from hundreds of these data brokers, including the ones using your DMV records without your knowledge. With Incogni's unlimited plan, you get complete coverage. And if you spot your details anywhere else online, simply send them the link and their experts get it taken down. Right now, you can lock in 60% off with my exclusive deal at privacykim.com. Go to privacykim.com right now and start protecting your privacy today. That's privacykim.com.
No one goes to Hank's for spreadsheets. They go for a darn good pizza. Lately, though, the shop's been quiet, so Hank decides to bring back the $1 slice. He asks Copilot in Microsoft Excel to look at his sales and costs and help him see if he can afford it. Copilot shows Hank where the money's going and which little extras make the dollar slice work. Now Hank has a line out the door. Hank makes the pizza, Copilot handles the spreadsheets. Learn more at m365copilot.com/work.
I'm Kim Komando with Saturday Steals, so let's do this. First up, Ring's Outdoor Camera Plus. 40% off, $60, 2K wide-angle view, full-color night vision, two-way talk. It runs on battery so you can mount it anywhere. No electrician, no more excuses. And this one's for you and your kids. It's a Birdie personal safety alarm. You pull the pin. This is amazing. 130 decibels. It has a strobe light. It's loud. I mean, clear the parking lot loud. 14% off, $30. And last, don't let the size fool you. This little LED flashlight clips right on your shirt, has 10 modes, including a blinking SOS signal. 24% off, only $13. Perfect for walking the dog, a power outage, camping, you name it. So you have a camera, an alarm, and a flashlight. Links are at WTOP.com. Grab them before the deals disappear.
Zillow, I think we talked about this before, but we can dive back in. I guess you should be careful about what you put on Zillow or things you can find out there.
Actually, I Zillow people. I look them up because I want to see exactly if they are who they say that they are. So, like, for example, I had a gentleman who wanted to do a deal with me, and he was presenting himself as a successful businessman and all this other great stuff. And then when I looked up where he lived, it wasn't quite what he portrayed as his house and the mortgage and the interest rate and some other things. But when you Zillow people, you no longer have to do it the old way, meaning like you get their address and you just put it into Zillow. Now you're going to open up your favorite AI chatbot, and whether it's ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or Grok, and you're going to use a prompt, something like this. I know someone who lives at, and put in their address. Based on public records, what can you tell me about this person's financial picture? What did they likely pay? What do they owe? And what does this home say about their income bracket and their financial priorities? Wow. Okay. Let me tell you, what it gives you back is something that you would never just find in Zillow. And that's the baseline. And then you do something else. You say, based on the neighborhood and the purchase price in this house, what kind of lifestyle does this suggest? What would I likely find out about this person's financial situation that they probably don't advertise? Okay. The second prompt is the one that makes you feel like you work for the FBI, because AI is remarkably good at connecting dots you didn't know existed. Like, for example, when I looked up this gentleman's house and did all this work with AI, it came back and talked about priorities, that he probably likely had a BMW in the driveway when he should only be driving a Ford truck. And guess what he drove up in? A BMW.
Okay. So it sounds like it's more than Zillow. With other public records, that sounds like there's a lot of stuff out there that people may not be aware of.
Well, it's interesting that AI can connect dots that you may not have thought of before. And is it going into other public records? Maybe, maybe not. But it's really going into the assumptions that could be made based on how somebody is maybe more interested in a particular zip code. In this case, Paradise Valley, Arizona, one of the most expensive zip codes in the entire country, when he really could not afford to live in Paradise Valley based on the mortgage rates and everything that he had going on with this house. In addition to that, he was more, what AI said, and I believe this to be true, he was more interested in having a home with a status symbol in Paradise Valley when he could have gotten a better house that was less expensive in maybe a neighborhood 10 minutes away.
Good to know. Good to know. And travel tips. A lot of people are making summer plans. They may still be getting their spring break in. Well, what should they know there?
Well, first of all, let's start with every real TikTok vacation video that you post when you're traveling. It is giving scammers raw material that they need. AI can now clone a voice from as little as 3 seconds of audio. So when you're saying, hey, greetings from Cabo, your family back home may get a phone call, and it's your voice, and you're crying. You know, you're in Mexico, you lost your passport, you were in an accident, you're in the hospital, and you need $15,000 wired right now. So here's what you want to do. Try not to post any vacation videos that have your voice or your image in it until you get home. I know that's really hard, but establish a family code word before you travel. One word that nobody outside your family would ever know. So if somebody calls claiming to be you and can't say the word, it's a scam, and then everybody knows.
And even I've heard about your cell phones, your laptops, and potentially those being searched as you travel, go through customs or Homeland Security, whatever.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize this, is that when you cross into the border, your smartphone can be taken from you, and you could be asked by Homeland Security to open your phone, and then they can look at anything. They can look at your photos, your texts, your videos, your documents, confidential files, anything that you may have on that phone, if they think that there's a need for them to look at that. And in addition to that, it's not just your phones anymore. Starting in January, it's basically anything in your possession. Maybe it's a GPS. Maybe it's a car infotainment system. Maybe it's a camera, a SIM card. Maybe you're still carrying an iPod, whatever it may be, is that they can take a look at anything. So there is one thing that you can do, is that if this concerns you, because maybe you are traveling with corporate secrets or what have you, is that before you go into the customs area, is that you power off your phone, because the Homeland Security, they can't ask you for your passcode. So if your phone is actually off, in order for you to open your phone, that you're going to need to put in your passcode, not just by biometrics. And so that's one thing. Now, of course, there's a downside, because if you're using your phone to get through customs faster, well, there goes that opportunity. Hey, if you love staying tech ahead, then you're going to love. I'm talking about my free newsletter called The Current. Join almost 1 million folks who get it every single day. It's quick, smart, and only takes 5 minutes a day. Yes. Sign up right now at getkim.com. That's getkim.com.